So, when we last left off, the party had exited out of Carthus, making their way back to their own realities and worlds, into a life that was not necessarily their own. Much time has passed since they were last there. For some, more than others, in different ways. For Mai, it seems that she has been there multiple times, or multiple of her have attempted to make the journey, and only one was able to make it. This one, this version of Mai, as Ty welcomes her and accepts her to this timeline. Talia makes herself back out onto her old boat with her old crew, and yet, upon running away and dispersing the illusion, she is greeted with a far different view. A land that she left behind, left in torment and toil. As a battle raged on, she now looks at the aftermath, as the world is not destroyed, not wiped away in darkness, but is in sunder, as the root apparently has been fought off and was unable to take hold of this world. And the rest of the boys are back in need, where previously the world had been swept over by a darkness, erased entirely and unattainable until now. And as they walk around the streets, they recognize things, and yet it feels so different, so new. It's been a month and a half since the disappearance that they know of. But now things are different. The Need government has established a connection with Old Need, and there is a proclamation in status that needs to be gone over in the courts, but it seems things are looking up. There is a brighter future for Old Need, as there is going to be a council to be situated in order to discuss about matters with the king for making any sort of proclamations and whatnot. The revolution worked, and now it's at peace. People are coming and going. Old Need is almost like a tourist attraction now, and people from above are coming down on guided tours and stopping at local shops and buying trinkets and whatnot. Old Need is making bank on some of the posher visitors up top. And while things are still in tension, there is a lot more freedom in this place than there has ever been. And as Connor and Joshua meander through the streets, getting drunk, leaving behind Joshua's duties as Malachi's second in command, they met up with Holgir, who is also delaying their duties as they walk through the streets of Old Need, where they come across Jack in one of the very common and popular sort of stalls. I forget the word. Shopping district sort of thing. That's pretty much it. What would you like to do?
Connor is going to look at Holgir and holding out a barrel to him and be like, Holgir, you must get drunk so we can continue this investigation of finding our friends. It's the only way.
And possibly get cowboy hats.
Possibly get cowboy hats. Wait, why cowboy hat?
What's a cowboy?
It's a guy who rides a horse and often tends to cattle and stuff. And kind of just explains what a cowboy is to Holgir.
Okay.
Holgir's not buying it, I don't think. Why
Joshua
is
would
it a
simply have
specific
cool
hat for a rancher?
I don't know, because it was a specific occupation that required a hat, and so it was made, and then people associated the hat with that occupation, so it became more known as cowboy hat.
And there's
But the
cattle
boy is
boots,
not a
too?
cow.
Sometimes outlaws who would duel each other with guns use
And
these
wear
hats
cool
as well.
masks. And wear cool masks while doing it.
They did
I
what?
think
with
they're
their
called
hats?
bandanas.
Oh, I
DM.
thought they were masks.
Yes.
May we have a reality check? Is the term cowboy racist in a world with
How's it
minotaurs?
Oh my god.
Well, there are multiple different races of crossbreeds between animals and humans, but also the idea of slavery does exist and is something that probably your family's business has made bank on, but has dropped it until recently because it hasn't been that widely accepted or profitable, and only for that reason. The term referring to Minotaur as cattle is something that would not be discriminatory, because it's simply unheard of. The fact that a Minotaur would be cattle is impossible. Minotaurs are a wild race similar to centaurs, where they have their own. They're more like, I guess, Native Americans, as you would have. People come in and set up, their businesses or whatnot because they think they own the world, while they, tear through the forest and whatnot. There are many different sort of natural races that exist in different locations that, commercial industry comes in and takes over, but the fact that they would be considered cattle or whatnot is really unheard of, unless someone is specifically racist against all other races. I can't see a reason why someone would refer to specifically as one race as, necessarily bad. There is tension between dwarves and elves, which has always existed since time began, but I'm not exactly sure what your question is in particular, but does that sort of answer?
I'm just making sure they didn't just get stabbed in the old need because they started saying, the equivalent of, I guess, chink hats or something.
Right, no. And also the races of, half-breeds like Yuan-Ti and Minotaurs and Centaurs or whatnot really aren't common among Neen. They would probably be along the Alarian Expanse, which is sort of to the east. That's sort of where the wild territory is and whatnot, with the sort of higher races into the northwest, like
So it could
elves
be-
and whatnot.
So saying stuff like that could be rude or insulting, but not necessarily
Racial.
racist or
Well,
any kind of prejudice against it. And some sort
Connor
of-
loves all.
it's
the-
like if you
political
went to an
circumstance.
Egyptian and called them a hick, they wouldn't get it. They wouldn't understand that. That means nothing to them. It's not racist because they don't understand it. It's also a very different thing,
Mhm. It's just not part of their language or their experience.
Yeah, if you went to Hawaii and called them a country person, they wouldn't get it.
Right.
Something like that.
Right. Okay.
So Connor's like, come on, get drunk with this whole gear so we can find everyone else. Come on. And just pushes the barrel into Holgir's face and be like, freak. Keep in mind, this Connor's a lot older compared to the other Connors y'all have encountered so far. Late 50s. And he's buff.
But he's still
50.
6 feet tall.
God.
Now he's actually 5
Are you-
feet tall.
Are you saying that Connor is a zaddy? Is that what's happening?
What
A
does that mean?
zaddy.
I don't get it.
What is that?
Zaddy with a Z?
My God.
Speaking of
You guys don't
names
know
that
that
nobody
term?
knows,
That's all. Okay, you guys just aren't.
uncultured, is that what you're gonna call us?
Yes, he's
Yeah.
going to call us uncultured.
Is he a zombie daddy?
No, Zaddy just means it's like a daddy, but grandpa's age. So, like,
Wouldn't it
over-
just be your grandfather then?
Yeah.
No, I meant like. This is a problem I have. Being in
He's
a
a
group of
himbo.
men. You guys don't know. I can't
This
explain
Connor is indeed a
explain it to
himbo.
you.
He's
without you
been
guys
around the block.
misunderstanding what I'm saying. Talia, you know what I'm saying though, right? Please tell me.
Yeah, I get it.
Thank you. Fuck, that's all I asked for. Okay, it's.
Of course, Talia would get
we'll
it.
pass this.
You uncultured swine. What are you looking at, you hucky puck?
Oh.
Whoa.
Anyways,
Okay.
Whoa.
Hockey.
Okay,
puck,
let's
is that what you
let's
said?
let's just get back to the game. So like,
Oh,
come
I
on,
thought you
Holger.
said something else.
Oh
Come on,
no.
Holger,
it's
drink.
Hockey puck.
Drink, Holger, drink.
Peer pressure. Really?
Holgear is going to pull out his own flask
You have a
and
flask.
cheers them.
What was that reaction?
I don't know.
I work
I don't
in
know.
management, of course I've got alcohol.
Okay, what's management? I don't get it.
What's a man?
I don't believe in that.
I don't believe in hierarchy systems.
I don't
It
No,
believe.
like
means
he
I
just
wa-
doesn't believe he exists.
I
It
just don't
means I
believe
watch
in-
other people work.
It's made up.
Sounds lazy. Sounds like a lazy job.
It is.
Man, that must be a fun job though. Anyways, let's get drunk, find Jack, then we get him drunk, then we look for the girls, and then we, I don't know, continue tearing shit up across the planes of existence. Because honestly, that sounds really fun to me.
I just like to
Seriously
imagine that
needed a
Jack is
wizard.
like watching from afar, but is stealthing around like, ugh, these people.
He's like, do I
No.
join them?
Can I like make a roll, like a drunken roll, to try and figure out where Jack would be in this world?
Yes, with disadvantage because you're drunk.
Because
that's
you're-
that is
help
fair,
him?
that is-
Is this
No,
like
you
a
cannot
divine
help him. You're
intervention
also
sort of
drunk.
thing?
yeah, you
Drunk
guys.
people help each other all the time, though.
I got a 6.
No.
Oh,
I don't know what Jack's passive stealth is, but it's higher than that.
Oh wait, Jack's here. Can I do a perception check then?
You just did it.
That was an investigation. I didn't know I was doing perception. No, they're
No, it
different
isn't.
mechanics. Different mechanics. One's a 0, the other one's a 7.
Oh my god. Jack, end our suffering, please.
I will continue the suffering. Connor's like, okay, I don't know where Jack is right now, so we're going to continue getting drunk. We're going to continue wandering around, making total asses of ourselves until we find him. Because we would annoy him and embarrass him so hard that he has to show up to stop us. That's the plan.
Well, no, he doesn't.
Okay, we'll still get drunk though, because I got nothing better to do. And continues to chug the alcohol. He's like, so anybody got any ideas where Jack could be?
Are you shouting that to the crowd?
Yes, I am drunkenly yelling this out to
Strangers
the crowd.
around you.
He's like, hey, have you seen my friend Jack? He's a real snobby dude, about yay tall. He wears like, I think, a green hood. Does Jack still wear a green hood?
I just like envisioning you walking straight up to Jack and be like, "Hey, have you seen this little dude?"
And just pulls out like a very crude drawing, his interpretation of Jack. And it's not even a good drawing, it's just a
Figure
bad
with circles for hands.
Yes.
Here. Oh no, you scared Jack away.
Ah, shit.
Oh.
Hey, he's back. I think his mic might be busted. Hey, Jack, is your mic busted?
Oh,
hello?
Don't forget. Oh, what?
what?
Back.
I think I heard him.
Alive.
Everyone shut up. Hello,
Hey, Jack.
Jack?
I think his mic might be busted or
Yeah, I
something.
can't hear him.
Double check
Hey,
your
Mike,
connections.
check like the volume on your mic.
I mean, we heard him earlier, didn't we?
How about now?
Hey.
Oh, there he
Yeah,
is.
yeah, we're
I haven't
starting
heard
here.
him the whole time he was in
Okay.
here, I think, so. Or maybe earlier, but I don't know. It's been a while.
Yeah.
So
But
Connor
yay!
approaches some random stranger, pulling out a very crude drawing of jacket which is essentially a stick figure with a hood on, with Jack written on across on the bottom. Be like, "Have you seen this guy?" With a big barrel in the other hand.
And they say
Lost.
no.
He goes to the next person that's next to him. Have you seen this person?
Like a toddler's lost dog poster he made.
Can Holgear look around for a beggar?
Are there
Make a
poor
perception
people
check.
around me?
No,
Is he drunk as
but
well?
I'm not nearly as drunk as you because I've been taking reasonable swigs.
He's had like 3 sips of his flask, and y'all are
I
just
think
down
any
here.
swig of alcohol is unreasonable.
No, that's
But
not the right
It's
thing.
how I
Oh, you sound like fun.
That is exactly how I found.
You sound
How I
like a
found
great
Joshua.
time.
That is how I found Joshua.
Our original roll was 8 plus 6, so 14.
Okay. You do see some people that are, not like wearing barely anything, just like holding their hands out. But you do see like, I don't know, you see like a street performer, like someone with like a little ukulele or something with their, guitar case open, or someone doing like, little magic tricks or whatnot. And
Somebody with a
holding out their
ukulele
hat.
playing Jason Mraz because it's the only song they know how to play.
Okay.
Wow.
What?
I'm going to approach.
Okay. Who do you approach?
The fella. Hang on, let me check. I'll approach the guy if they have a. If there's somebody playing a lyre, I'll approach them.
Yeah,
Careful,
there's
they
like
might not
someone
tell the
playing like a homemade lyre.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
And you walk up to him.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen for a few moments, and then I'm going to.
Toss a coin to your witcher about
Oh,
your
wow.
panty.
I'm not anything that came out of that show.
Whoa. Don't ever trash The Witcher in my presence
Burn,
I swear to God.
butcher, burn. Burn,
Eh.
burn.
All right, guys.
Alright, sorry.
What were you saying, Holger?
I'm gonna pull out 3 silver pieces.
I don't know why I thought you were gonna say pull out a gun and shoot.
I murder the street performer because we're playing
Everyone's
GTA.
attention
That's how
and
you gotta make
cooperation.
the quickest caps.
Yeah. Oh Jesus.
And you steal his money he made by.
Okay.
Yeah,
you-
Yeah, we're going full murder hobo this session.
So you're gonna toss him. You're gonna give him some money.
Well, I'm gonna put it in his case,
Okay.
and if he like,
He
Well-
gives you a thankful nod and continues like playing and singing.
okay,
Questions.
is there anybody in his like little group that have taken a break? I suppose.
It's just him. But there's like some people around.
Okay.
There's like a couple people that like, they're probably with family and they're getting something or whatnot, so they're just kind of like hanging out.
Okay.
Yeah, he's kind of like picked up a little sort of small bench off to the side, being out of the way, not like completely blocking off the pathway and whatnot.
Such a considerate
Okay.
performer.
Yeah, just giving some general atmosphere to the, the marketplace.
Okay. I'll move like to the wall beside him,
Okay.
and then just lean over and say, "I have a favor to ask. If you want to make some more coin, some more real coin."
Do you say this while they're in the middle of the song, or do you wait?
I'll wait until he's after his song.
Okay, yeah. They look up at you and say, "Oh yeah? What you got going on? I'm always down for doing a couple gigs."
I'm afraid, musical talent isn't what I quite need you for. I have a friend who I can't seem to locate, and I was hoping you could help me find Jack the Pickpocket.
He raises an eyebrow. "Oh yeah?
Oh. Yeah. I was hoping to have a conversation. Haven't seen each other in a while.
Well, I'll be honest, mister. I'm not exactly sure what your impression of us here is down in Old Need. I'm not sure how things are run upstairs, but not all of us are pickpockets and thieves, and all of us know each other."
True. However, you're busking in the street and have a lot of tips. So my guess is that you've likely received some of his support in the past. And I understand that it can be a touchy subject. However, I intend to pay you handsomely. And I intend to be a good friend. I am myself a patron of the arts.
I am going to ask Jack. Are you the type of person that would, generously or on a regular basis come by and adjust or help some people that are not doing as well on the streets, like this person?
I think that right now this person is probably considering how to slit these guys' throats and leave them in an alley because they're down here insulting one of their favorite civic leaders and calling him a pickpocket.
Oh, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
He does help
How do you
out
make
all the time.
How do you make your money, sir?
By stabbing
explain
people.
something to you.
Mom and Dad are
Explain
fighting.
something. When you go up on the upper level and pickpockets, that's a way just to earn a living. When you come down here, we don't pick each other's pockets.
I mean, God knows drunk Connor really makes it tempting and easy.
But you do pick pockets.
But you're a rogue, a thief,
No,
a partner in crime.
I don't pickpocket from my own people.
Yeah, but you do pick pockets.
He's referred to as
Yeah,
what
but
they
the top side people don't matter.
what
They don't
what
matter to us people out here.
right. The citizens of Old Need refer to the people above as royals, and people that steal from the rich and bring back what is rightfully theirs of Old Need is referred to as royal rousers, which is exactly what Jack is.
So he's a Robin Hood.
Yes.
See, the problem is,
So
Olgier
he's
doesn't know any of that.
He is not
He just
just a
You walk into
pickpocket.
Sherwood Forest.
Would
You
this
walk
Connor
into
know
Sherwood
that?
Well,
Forest
if he
and
is-
you know
Connor know
how
that?
Robin Hood is.
a pickpocket.
Would this Connor know about?
That's just not
know
the only
this or
type.
no?
I'm gonna say no.
Can Connor walk over and be like, "Hey, Holger, have you found Jack yet? Are you drunk enough?"
Let him
No,
answer.
I've not.
Hey, buddy, I'm looking for my friend Jack. He looks like this. Pulls out the crude drawing. Can you help us out, please?
He squints and he looks back to Holger. "I see why your friend needs to get drunk enough in order to be able to see it."
Yes, he has.
This version of me is a serious alcoholic.
This
Did you
version
just
of
discover
you.
that?
What?
He starts packing up his suitcase.
I do an insight on him and see like what this guy's deal might be.
Sure, with disadvantage.
That's fair. I am,
You
I
have
am-
decided to be drunk.
and I don't regret it. And I got an eye.
Okay.
I don't regret it one bit. I want that made profoundly known. Okay,
This
It
is a
isn't.
guy, and he has a musical instrument.
right. So he must know Jack because Jack would know someone like this
Why?
because he has a musical instrument and
Who?
he's living. This guy that's here that we're questioning for
Busker.
Jack.
Oh, I
Like-
see.
It doesn't make sense to us.
Alcohol doesn't make you drunk; it makes you insane. I understand now. Okay.
I mean, this
He
is
is
Connor.
insane. It's just
This
the
is
drunk
Connor
makes
we're
it
talking
worse.
about. This is Connor we're talking about. Do you honestly expect him to be sane,
A bit.
or follow any kind
Depending
of
on the
logic
situation.
you people would have? So Connor's like, do you know this guy? Because he's a friend of mine, and I really want to find my friend.
Yeah, I think I last saw him living on Drury Lane. Now, if you excuse me, and he brushes off.
I don't know where Drury Lane is, honestly, in this realm.
Next door to the Muffin Man.
Ooh, there's a Muffin Man here. I could go for some muffins.
Not here.
Wait, hold on. There is a Muffin Man.
Hell
Duncan.
yeah.
Let's go get
Is his name
Muffin
Duncan?
Man.
He owns a shop called the Muffin House.
I fucking.
Connor's like, where's this Muffin Man?
I don't know if you realize what you've just awakened.
His story is that he was a businessman that came in to New Need, did not like what the sort of setting was there, and actually decided to go down and start his business in Old Need. So he is one of the nicer businesses in Old Need, and regularly has shipments come in to give him like very proper equipment and whatnot. But he maintains his business in Old Need.
Connor's
You
like,
know
so
how
he,
the saying goes: "Old need, new muffin shop."
so
Yeah,
Connor's like,
it's kind of
so-
like a coffee shop on one of the main streets sort of thing, where people
Can-
go to get like a breakfast thing and then move on or something.
Can this Connor do like another like insight check to see if this guy is messing with him or not?
You would know of the Muffin House. I'll say that.
Oh, so he's at the Muffin House. Oh, I love the Muffin House. All right, that's a lead. Thank
Is
you.
it?
I think it is.
Is it?
I think it is.
Might be.
Could be.
I hate
The
since
man
has
with
to
the
be.
ladder
Really
goes
doubt
to like
that.
the other corner and like sets up again.
Connor
It's
just follows him and be like, "Thanks again for
No,
helping
no,
us
no,
out."
no.
with
He
that."
completely moves on
Yeah.
until Connor loses interest in him.
Okay. And he's like, "Okay, to the Muffin House,"
Okay.
and pulls the Adam West transition deal.
What is that?
You don't know
I
Adam
don't
West?
know what that means.
No.
I know the man, but not the transformation.
Yes.
Transition from the Batman.
Like from one scene to another.
Oh, you mean like the Batman transition? No one calls it
Yeah.
the Adam West
Oh.
transition.
Connor does.
Yes.
It's the Batman transition.
Anyway,
Man transition.
Jack, this is clearly a very visible scene to everyone else that you do not have to do anything to be aware of.
It's clearly. Yeah, it's clearly visible to me too, because I probably would have been sitting like at an open air eating cafeteria, like watching them do their stupid little thing, and noticing who they were going up and talking to, and who was telling them to fuck off, and keeping mental notes of that. And I'm sure that I'm going to have a little liar player coming over and talking to me here in a minute.
Mhm. He like gives you a look as he like moves away from them, but doesn't go directly to you, so he doesn't draw them to you.
Cool.
Basically.
I give him a nod.
Okay.
Remember to
He,
maybe help him
he
out
lowers
with
his
more
hat
next time
over
I
his
come.
eyes and just moves on.
Connor's like, "Okay, guys, we got our first lead. Now we must continue getting drunk so we can keep finding more.
All right. What were you gonna say, Jack?
I think at this point, Jack's gonna have to get up and go wrangle these two before they get their asses kicked by asking the wrong people the wrong questions. So, to keep them from ending up dead in an alley, I'm gonna go over and wrangle them up real quick.
Yeah, he's just about to tap on a Minotaur's shoulder and be like, "Excuse me, where's the Muffin Man?"
Yeah, he just does
No.
that. He's like, "Excuse me, sir, do you know where the Muffin House is? I'm really hungry for some muffins, and I was wondering if you know where I can find
You
them."
know the Muffin Man.
This Minotaur turns slowly towards you, and you can see that he's got like his chest, he's got it shaved, and there's like this big tattoo on it, which is like this guy getting
Yeah.
like tied up like a puppet with string.
Kind of just like a nice tattoo, by the way.
Thank you. And who are you?
Oh, I'm Connor. I'm looking for my friend Jack. He's a really helpful guy to me. And I had the plan to get really drunk to look for him because it helped me find my other friend. So I'm just following the process of success.
The way that he's probably
This
slurring.
Minotaur is just
Always
watching Jack slowly walk up behind him and like raises an eyebrow.
He looks like this, just pulls out the crude drawing.
He holds up the picture, looks at Jack, looks at the picture. Never seen him.
Oh. Yeah,
I think Holgear's sober enough to notice that he looks down at our ankles.
Is Jack stealthing up?
No, he's just gonna walk up behind him. He doesn't need to stealth. They're too drunk to be
Okay.
of any issue anyway.
so Connor
No,
would
I
notice
still
him
have
even
my
if he
head.
is drunk.
Yeah, Holgear would point out, like, there's Jack, and both Joshua and Connor would look around, just on a full swivel, like, where is he? And not look down.
Yeah,
I
completely
feel like
forget.
they just wouldn't hear me.
That's true, too.
That's probably accurate too.
The Minotaur
So how
hands
would
the paper
he make
back to
himself
you.
known?
I mean, I'll probably
Probably
slap
just
you on
walk
the
up
arm.
behind you, kick your feet, and trip you, and let you fall.
That works. too.
Found me.
Jack, I knew my getting drunk plan would work.
Oh, it worked almost.
I mean, I
Sure,
found
I
you,
feel
so
Be coming down
technically
here
it
asking
worked.
questions. Yeah, you do.
I mean, it did work because
So what do you guys
I
for?
was looking for you.
Well, you were looking, but you didn't find me. I found you.
I mean, technically, I
But
still
at any
found you
rate-
because you're here.
Sure, okay. What do you need?
I'm going.
Here for
I'm
a
getting the
reason?
crew. I'm getting the crew back together.
Getting the
More or
band
less.
back together.
I don't know
what
about
purpose?
that. We're more or less just making sure everybody made it all right.
Oh
But
yeah,
it sounds
we're all
cooler
good,
if we
man.
say we're getting the band back together.
Yeah.
Also, I would like my rock back.
What rock?
You may have
We
your
have
rock
that
back,
rock.
and I hand him his rock back.
You gave him the friendship rock?
I hand the friendship rock back.
Yes.
Why does everybody get a friendship rock but me?
Got my deserted
This wasn't a
heartstone
friendship
and
rock.
So now, all we gotta do is find the girls.
And that one other guy.
Oh yeah, who's that one guy that was? Who's that other guy? I forgot.
No, wait. That was
Well,
me.
I'm gonna let you guys know that you're probably not gonna find him down here. I don't think they're gonna be down here, but if they do come down here, they're gonna come looking for me. So I'm gonna wait here, and you guys go finding them. If you don't find them, come back here, and they might be here when you get back.
Would that nice Minotaur guy know where to find you? Because he seems really nice.
Do you remember where I live at?
I don't know if you ever showed us.
I don't think he did. I don't remember.
Seen the inside of his
Honestly,
house.
Connor's too drunk to really recall that specific piece of
I
info.
I'll leave it up to you.
I will point over at the cap. I will point over at the cafe that I just came from, the nice little open air eating area, and say, I'll be there every day at noon. That's where I usually eat my lunch at.
A nice place.
So, yeah, whenever you're ready, just come back, and you should be able to find me. Not, I'm sure I'll find you, or I'm sure somebody will let me know you're looking.
By
Don't
the
you
way,
worry,
Jack.
I'm the master of stealth.
Yeah.
Quick
Twin
question,
is just
Jack.
behind him, shaking his head no.
Jack, have you noticed things have been unusually good in this reality?
Yeah, I kind of noticed that myself. I've got people kind of treating me like I'm something special around here, and I'm maybe a
Would
little
this-
more than I deserve.
Would this Connor be aware of the changes in this reality, or no?
Did you live here before?
Would you be able
No,
to
it
comprehend
seems
that
normal to you,
reality has
Connor.
changed?
Say again?
Seems normal to you, Connor.
Yeah.
I don't know about you
would-
guys, but this reality looks pretty normal to me. As he
There seem to
sets
have been
down.
a few changes, but nothing really that abnormal. Maybe just a little more genteel, maybe. For instance,
it
I've
like-
been invited to a neighborhood cookout, which, didn't used to really be a thing. So,
That is-
Cookout.
That is surprising. Is it more or less abnormal than last time when we came back to an altered reality? Because I remember last time.
I'd say it's less abnormal because the people seem to be just nicer versions of themselves. So I would say that's a plus.
How about anybody who wants to go and make an insight check?
I'll make an insight
I
check.
make an insight check.
And
Let's
I
go
stopped
disadvantage.
drinking it. I got an 11.
Okay.
And I stopped
22.
drinking so I can sober up since I found Jack.
You can't
Same.
just instantly sober up. I'm sorry.
I know. I
Yeah,
mean, I
stop
stopped
drinking.
and I'm.
You're gonna
I'm
stop
try-
drinking. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to stop drinking just to start the process of sobering up.
All right. What'd you get, Joshua?
I'm still.
Oh, okay. I thought you said what you had. Holger?
No,
21.
Ah, crap, I got a 12.
Okay.
got a 14.
Okay. Joshua, it honestly doesn't seem that different to you, because your experience has been pretty widespread and also fairly limited. The Defiants aren't necessarily, as active or rampant that you've noticed, although you haven't really had a whole lot of experience. Your situation with Malachi has pretty much been the same. So that's really what you can tell. Holger, you can tell specifically that, the last time that you got brought back to here, it seemed like it was a different world entirely. Like it was like
Upside down?
a sweetened version, like a really honey-coated world where your pasts were completely different and everything was reshaped so that you would have like the perfect life that you always wanted, but really wasn't real, did not feel natural at all. This feels very similar to the world that you came from. It's been some time. You've seen that there's a lot of character growth. A lot has changed, but it seems fairly natural.
Okay. Would I be able to determine if we have doppelgangers in this world?
You would have to spend more than 2 hours here.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that it hasn't been that long for you guys to be here. You really haven't gone a whole lot of places.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. It's gonna be real awkward if we just bump into each other.
I will
mean-
say this, Joshua, you get a message from Malachi that says, so just checking in, see where you are. You did not make it to the meeting that we had, so I'm just trying to make sure that you're not dead. Call me back.
Oh,
Well,
Joshua,
fuck.
tell him I said
So
hi.
that's the first 2 words you say back to Malachi.
Tell him I said hi.
Because he said the sending spell. Connor, you don't know about this.
Oh, sorry.
He said the
Sorry.
sending spell, so this is a message that goes in your head, Joshua. How do you
Well,
want to
fuck.
respond?
I apologize for not remembering that. But things are getting quite out of hand right now, as actuality, I am not your Joshua. I'm a Joshua from another reality, and I'm gathering the party I was a part of back together so we can...
And then that message cuts
Stop.
off.
Damn it. Wasn't talking fast enough.
No, you didn't have that many words.
You have 25
It's all like
words
the-
in a sending spell.
Oh. Either way, I got the gist across.
I like to imagine that he spends like the first 20 words just cussing, and the last 5 words like, I'm sorry, I'm doing... and then... Which is probably very common.
True. Hereby make that canon
Okay.
to Joshua.
Okay.
Alright, nice.
What were you
Right.
saying, Holger?
Nothing really important, but should probably work on finding the girls.
Connor's like, okay. Oh, did he say that out loud, or was he just thinking it to himself?
Holger?
Are you talking about me or Joshua?
Whoever brought up that we have to start looking for the girls, because Connor does have the means to try and find the girls.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Olgier definitely brought it up.
Connor's like, okay, so you remember my mind palace, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what if I take us there and I find a whatchamacallit to try and find them? You know?
No. No, I do not know.
I think I have a whatchamacallit to help me find them. But now at least we'll be able to get out of this dimension before the doppelgangers show up and try to kill us.
Highly doubt our big doppelgangers are going to try and kill us.
I don't know.
Also, aren't you
Obviously.
your own doppelganger?
I am Connor. So I assume this Connor's identity when I come here.
Exactly, so nobody's going to potentially murder you. Also, considering that I do not currently have an insatiable urge to murder myself, I'm assuming that they don't either.
You don't
don't
know
know
how
that.
this works.
It could
Holger?
be now, it could be later.
Holger, what's your AC? No, I'm just kidding.
So Connor's like, but if they're not in this reality, they could be in the other reality, where they could be in the
Just
good one.
switched spots.
So I might have a whatchamacallit to at least try and narrow down where they could be.
I thought
I
you
don't
were
know,
going to
but-
try and sober up.
am sober now. It's a very slow process. I had a lot to drink in the last 24 hours. Okay, so it's a
The
slow
last
process.
2 hours.
Last 2 hours.
He's been drinking since before everyone got there.
Yes.
That's
he,
true.
he could have been drinking way before all this started. And he just happened to have the idea to start looking for him.
I
He
will
lost
say
his
this.
friends and started drinking.
The longest he could have been drinking straight for is a month and a half, since that's when you guys first separated.
Yeah, he just started doing that. Basically,
A month
been
and
on
a
month.
half.
He's been on a month-long bender.
Jesus.
Yes.
Oh God, please no.
Oh, shit, cat. What I regret that.
Really drunk. And if you sober up, you
Yeah,
might
while
die.
you guys were in different worlds, this world still progressed.
I just did
Obviously,
what
you
he
need
always
to
did.
kill somebody.
Anyway.
Anybody? By the way, since we're all here, has anybody seen Ty, the statue?
Probably in a modern art collection somewhere.
Ooh,
We'll
can I
pick
do
him
a?
up.
Let me do a mind scan.
I highly doubt you have mind scanning powers.
Connor tries mind scanning for him. Mind scan.
Do the sound.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Okay, now
whoa.
do a roll.
Okay, what would be a good? What would
I don't
roll
know,
for it?
man. You're making this up.
Roll a
so you-
d20, I guess.
I'll do insight because I'm peering into the secrets of the veil.
What is this?
Right.
I got
Already?
21.
I don't know.
I got 21.
You don't know who Ty is.
Wait,
Oh
who is?
yeah, you don't know who Ty is.
Wait, who's Ty?
Bro.
Wait a minute. When I met Ty, when Caveman Connor, I met Ty before going into the other reality. Or no, that's Mon.
Caveman
No, too
Ty
many
met
people with AI in their name.
Caveman Ty. Caveman Connor met Ty right before Caveman Connor disappeared.
So Connor's looking for Mai. He's like, okay, Caveman Connor knew that Ty and Mai are practically inseparable. So wherever Mai is, Ty might be there. So I'm just gonna look for Mai.
I'm gonna look for some Mai Tai. Oh, there it is, at that shop over there.
Thank
Yes,
you.
I rolled a 21 by the way. Just heads up.
Yep.
My God.
We're excellent.
My God, I really got off
I'm glad you're not
reservation.
doing it with disadvantage still.
I am so glad.
Okay. Speaking of Ty and Mai, let's jump over to. All right, unless you guys had any final things you were like heading out to do, or is that just like a thought that y'all are having?
I'm just mind
I mean,
scanning.
Whole year, Jack.
I think Holger, Jack, and Joshua are all looking at Connor as he looks like he's constipated.
And he's doing the Professor X deal. It's like putting two fingers on his temple and trying to telepathically link to him.
Is he squatting?
Yes, he's squatting. He's like at the perfect 90-degree squat.
I think now we all look like it looks like you're about to shit yourself.
No, he's doing ninjutsu.
No, he is deep in thought of scanning.
If you say so.
You stand 3 feet away from him so people don't think
All right,
you know.
and that's when we switch scenes. Okay. Mai, you are standing in a very dark room with your brother clutching you tightly, wearing clothes, or rather, wearing a cloak that you don't recognize, yet feels somehow your style, along with a staff that he's giving you and a bag. It is a hide bag. But the area around you is completely foreign and unrecognizable. The walls are concrete and square cut metal doors and railings and other sorts of rusted and beat down some sort of devices of what kind, with glowing different buttons and switches and knobs and levers, things and mechanics that you would not understand or recognize. And yet Ty seemed to somehow use it to bring you to him. Ty is frazzled, to say the least, but is happy that he sees you again. He looks like he's a few years older than you at this point.
Did he say anything, or just
What?
nothing?
Okay.
I think she's just very much overwhelmed. And doesn't know what to say, or
He like
just
moves you over to a crate and say, "Here, yeah, sit down. You want me to? I could try and make some tea or something.
Sure. Tea would be great.
Okay. And he kind of like moves over and like takes some sort of pieces of wood from other box structure and kind of collects it into a pile and makes a makeshift fire and pulls out like a mess kit and starts to boil a little tin of water over this fire. And he just sort of sprinkles some herbs into. It is very unsettling to be in this room. Not just that it's strange and foreign, but there's something disconcerting about the construction of this place. Like, it's not that you don't belong, but this place feels unnatural. And you are very much a creature of, nature and wild magical energy. And being in here, you feel almost all of that being slowly sapped away. You feel cold and you huddle the cloak around you. Try and comfort yourself. Ty speaks up to break the silence. So, for you, how long was it since we last saw each other?
Few months, maybe a year. Not sure.
That's good to hear. I'm glad you didn't miss me for that long. Mia hurries back over to you, kind of almost sidestepping with like this weird gait. She's like, here, it's not much, it's not nothing like we can make back at the forest, but it's just some stuff that I've got. He hands you some very lukewarm, bitter water.
She can't help but make a weird face, but still try to smile. Just, thank you. It smells wonderful.
You don't have to lie to me. It's fine.
No, not lying. It smells great.
Deception check.
I love dirty water.
All right. Never mind.
Ty, where are we? What is this thing? Place where?
Oh, this place? It's some old ruins that I stumbled across that, had some weird stuff in it, and I just kind of started looking around and, started reading some books and figuring out what was going on here. Apparently, in this place, they were studying the different realms and apparently first discovered how it's possible to cross between different planes of existence.
What?
The kind of weird thing, just to sort of simplify, is that sometimes going between different worlds is that some of those worlds happen at different intervals. Like if you go into the plane of water, time doesn't necessarily travel the same way as it does here. So when you go from there to here and here to there, depending upon how long you stay in those different places or how long you don't, basically there's this weird sort of time interval that changes. So sometimes going between places can shift where you are in time, and sometimes you can come back to the same place you came from and meet yourself.
Is that why you're old?
He kind of sits back and strokes his hair. It's difficult to describe, but I think the easiest way to explain it is that I've experienced more than you have, so I think I am technically older than you by like a few hundred years or so. And it's not like a big deal or something. I've just kind of been looking around, going to different places and, trying to find you, but,
So what you're saying is that now you have more tails than me, and...
Yep, I guess you can finally call me Big Brother now. And he kind of smirks coyly.
I refuse. But, she's gonna stand up and kind of look around. Does this place feel, like, familiar to her at all?
Make a insight or history check.
Oh, I'm making an insight. That's a 15. Did I tell you what I'm thinking is happening? Or do you want
Sure,
me to...
go ahead.
Okay. Is this the ship we were just on?
Oh,
the other
no. This is very
No,
different
okay.
structure than the, alien
Okay, because I was
technology.
gonna say, I swear to God,
No.
Okay.
I-
Then yeah, you tell me
I
whatever
guess what you
feel.
can tell is this is sort of like very human design and construction. Again, this looks like sort of like what a modern bunker would probably look like, if that sort of technology, which again, I wouldn't know or understand. Like, this is very futuristic for the time that everyone's from. So my having no contact with like civilization and technology, this is beyond her understanding or comprehension. With a 15, this place seems very odd. As if the construction of it seems intentional, but in a way that doesn't make any sense. With a 15, there's not really a whole lot that I can give you, unfortunately. It's so different from anything you've ever experienced that you would think that if you've ever been here, you would remember it. But you get the idea that maybe if you have been here before, you wouldn't remember because of what happens here. Does that make sense?
Yes. Um, well, it's a relief to find you. I'm happy we're back together.
Yeah, me too.
I can't lie. I don't like this place. This place makes me feel icky, and so we need to go. Like, is it?
Yeah. Where do you want to go? We can go
That is
anywhere
the
you want to.
question, isn't it? Is there a way I can find, like... Okay, so jeez. Okay. I gotta get back to my friends. Ew.
Friends? Whoa.
Yeah.
First off, we can't have any more contact with people that you've already been in contact with.
What? No, they travel dimensions. It's exactly like what you did, I guess. But then
He has a hand on his face. It's not like what I did. Don't know what you're talking about. Listen to me. I've gone through this. It doesn't work out. And as he says that, he suddenly closes his mouth. What I mean is that I don't think that would be a good idea. Okay? Can you just trust me on this?
I don't like that you're playing the trust card on me right now. But
It's because you did it on me.
huh? I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, look, I know that you think it's not a good idea, but I have to find them. So either you can help me do that, or it's going to be very awkward for the next couple hundred years. Just saying.
Ty straightens his shoulders as he stands up and looks down at you. Ty,
He's so mad he forgot our names.
We can't have any more mistakes. I can't handle anymore. Okay? I worked really hard to get you back, and I'm not gonna let you go away again. I can't handle it. Okay?
Ty, calm. It's not. I'm not going anywhere. You can't. Look, there's been a lot that's happened for both of us. Okay, I know that you have gone through a lot.
He like turns away with his head in his hands, just like pacing a little.
Are you gonna explain to me, like, why, or you're just gonna be cryptic like you always are?
He turns around slowly to look at you. Make a persuasion check.
So 12. Not very good.
He stares at you stern-faced. Why every time? You never trust me. Every
always
single time I find you again, you say the same exact thing. And I say, okay, well, I'll do better this time. I'll make it work. And it ends up same way. He like throws a crate and it smashes against the wall. I can't handle it anymore. Every single time you do this, I lose you again. And I have to go through this thing again. No, I can't
Hi.
handle it anymore. I'm sorry,
Hi.
Mai.
What do you mean every time you found me?
And then your mind flashes to that clearing that you landed in with all the other versions of you petrified. I
So
don't
you
know
lied to
how
me.
many times it's been, but this will be the last time. I swear it. I'm not losing you again. I won't let anything come between you and me again. I can't.
Ty? I'm gonna need you to tell me what actually happened with all these other versions of me.
They wanted the same thing. They didn't believe me. They said they could fix it. They could figure it out. We could just go talk to them. Every single time I do, just chaos. Absolute annihilation of that timeline. And then I'm dropped back here, and you're a statue, and I broke it again, and I've lost you all over again. I can't take it anymore. I won't lose you again. Please, don't put me through that again. And every single time I tell you, you act the same way. You go by my back just the same. And I would break that crystal. And he points at the giant crystal in the room with my bare hands. If I knew that it meant you couldn't leave again. But I know it's the only thing I can use to get you back. And he collapses to the floor, hands in his head, or head in his hands. And he just starts shaking.
So you lied to me to manipulate me into staying?
I didn't lie to you. I
You
would
told me that
never
they were all
lie to
stone
you.
when you saw them. That
Uh,
it was too late that you didn't.
when did
He
this
said that when he first found me that what did you say? It was he said that he was too late in intercepting them when he would come back to the same place. That like
I'm getting confused. When
I
he
think I'm
opened up the
confused.
portal, he urged you to come inside because there's not much time.
But no, I'm saying when she got in, that he was saying that he was like too late every other time, that he couldn't actually. So like it made it seem like that was the first time that he was able to.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I think you're coming to the conclusion now that when he's saying that he was too late to stop you from turning into stone again. So you're
Okay.
realizing now that he keeps going back in time trying to save you or something.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Because, that's why earlier
Yeah.
I was like, I'm super confused.
I think without even, talking to him, that's starting to, make
Click.
sense in your mind now.
Yeah.
And he's just taking long, shaky breaths. He is clearly losing it, but you can tell that he is trying desperately to be calm and make sense and convince you. But he is desperate.
Okay, well, what would you have me do? Just abandon them?
They were never meant to meet you. They were supposed to live their lives in their own world. You shouldn't know them. It's amazing. It's outstanding and mind-boggling that you even remember them. But yes, please, stop living in this other world and come back to me. Don't abandon me. Don't abandon what we had. Is that
Abandon?
unreasonable? Is that
Todd.
mind-breaking?
No, I
Is that
never
unfair
said I
for
wanted.
me to ask? Just be normal. Just live like a family again. We could go to a forest somewhere and help the animals and connect us back to the Feywilds.
The Feywild's gone, Ty. Our home is gone.
No,
Where do you want to go?
maybe one of it is gone, but there are so many more.
No. Ty, it's not our home, then. It's not the same. Our home is gone.
Well,
But
if we're gonna be like that, then if we're gonna get technical, then I'm not your Ty, and you're not my Mai. But I still love you just the same. And you can see that he's like slowly stood up now and he's looming over you.
you're right. I'm not your Mai. And I'm sorry if that's a disappointment to you.
You look at his face as it turns from pure determination and fear and anger to just melting into sadness. I guess I didn't know what I expected. Guess it's true what they say. No matter what happens, can't change people.
I think you just... I think you're holding on to something that doesn't exist anymore.
Make a persuasion check. Make an intimidation check.
Which one do you want, damn it?
Intimidation. I changed my mind.
Ooh, 18?
You say that, and he flinches, like something inside of him snaps. Like the air is knocked out of him. He doesn't know what to say. He doesn't know how to feel. And his gaze is just looking past you as he slowly turns. Like slowly stumbles over and leans against a guardrail.
No matter what dimension or alternate reality we are in, you are my brother in some shape or form. But our experiences are completely different. I can't. You can't expect me to just throw everything up in the air and just pretend like nothing else matters anymore. But selfish. I'm not doing that.
Selfish. Selfish? He stands back up and turns around. What was selfish is when you saved me. When you sacrificed yourself to save the Feywild and me and the entire village and forced yourself into that world. I watch you get consumed by that darkness, and everything inside of me died. I have been stumbling around in the darkness ever since then, until I found this place, until I found where you went, found what happened, what actually happened. And I got renewed hope. And every single time you come back, you don't remember, you think I'm crazy, and maybe I am crazy. Maybe I am insane. But you know, I thought that there was a part of me that was just like you, that was willing to do all of this, because I feel like somewhere in my soul, where my mind can't remember, you went through the exact same stuff. You went through all of this mess and went through all these different realities looking for me. Until I said, no, I have to go back to them. And I broke you down the same way that you're doing to me right now. And I made the mistake of pushing you away. I won't make you make the same mistake that I did. Because I think we're just gonna keep going in this loop of trying to find each other, not remembering how or why, and just tearing more and more worlds apart. And I think it's with that I would like to cut over to Talia now. If that's alright with everyone.
Let's
Is that all right?
go.
What do you think? What do you think? I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
No, I have a few more words for this mother. No, I'm just kidding.
Do you?
No, it's fine. You can cut over to Talia.
Okay. I mean, yeah, we went through a lot. I'll give you some time to think about it. Talia, you are on the beach with the Stug absolutely in ruins, barely afloat, that has brought you to a seashore that you hardly recognize because it is in ruins from the root coming and destroying and the fight that the rest of the world has maintained in order to resist. And they won. And now you stand on a fairly peaceful shore, looking at a woman who looks remarkably like your mother. She has the same eyes, the same hair, the same cold determination, the same regal way that she holds herself, and yet she looks at you with such disdain that you cannot imagine. With this large sheath slung over her shoulder, she looks at you with this venom in her heart. She hates you, and you have no idea why. But something really strikes a nerve when she says those words to you. I am you, but better. She just scowls in your direction.
You could never be me.
I would never want to be. She's just scowling at you.
Good. Because I would never, ever would want to be like you either. With so much venom and disdain and hatred inside you. I can practically feel it from here. But what I don't understand is why. Why hate me so much?
You really don't know. Well, I guess you wouldn't know. You gallivanting off in your adventures. So you've finally come back to take care of your world. I suppose you must have been doing something important in that time.
Truly I was. And I still am.
Prove it. She unslings the bag from her shoulder and, in a deft movement, draws the massive sword.
With that I wield. I unsheath Morning's Lullaby and the Morning's Lullaby and Midnight's Awakening, and I twirl them.
Make an insight check.
Insight, don't fail me now. Oh, come on, that's some BS. Oh, wait a minute. Do I have an auto 20 for arriving early?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, everybody gets an auto 20 except for Holt.
Yay! I want to use it.
Okay. You see behind the cold, deadpan expression, the mask that is her face. You see her eyes widen as you draw these swords. And while you may not know much about them, you know for certain that she knows what these are. And while she does not bear them, she does grit her teeth before looking coldly at you. Very well. If that's how it is to be. Roll initiative.
Let's dance, bitch.
Okay.
This is Talia the villain arc. She's
I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna go fill up my water real quick. I'll be right back.
on that note.
What?
Dance, bitch. Just fucking.
Just call your mom a bitch. That's kind of funny.
That's not her mom.
Yeah, that's not my mom. That bitch ain't my mom.
The theory is that that's her sister.
What if it's her future self?
No, it's her sister. Is the
Oh.
theory. Because
Mm.
Barrow says something funky about how there's two swords. So meaning there might be two daughters or something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
That's the theory. I was right about the mom, so I assume I'm right about this.
Hey, what are you guys talking about?
We're talking about how this character is not Talia's mom. And
No.
it's probably
No,
sister.
no.
I rolled a 13.
Okay,
For
well,
initiative.
she'll go first.
Yay! Let's kick some ass. Oh, do I get like some kind of like DM inspiration for what I said?
No!
You get
Why
you get
not?
my inspiration.
You called her a bitch. That isn't exactly, like, amazing.
You just spelled it. Oh.
Wow,
She-
okay.
What? She is.
I mean, so far she's pulling a kind of a bitch move. I won't lie.
Quick, somebody summon us to aid them.
She swivels the massive broadsword in a slight half circle, and as it does, it whips up the sand along the coast. She swings the sword. It's cool. She charges you. I'm sorry, that really rocked me. And you can tell that with the massive weight of it, as it impacts into the sand, it kicks up so much. But as she moves, she's much quicker than you thought, and instantly she's upon you and just moving only 20 feet in your direction. There's still about 10 feet in between you as she begins to swing her sword, and in an instant, you realize that it was a feint, as she was drawing the waves in, and as it splashes into the coast, you were suddenly surrounded by thick fog. It is now your turn.
June wants to play
Suddenly,
that.
all you can hear is the roaring crashing of waves, and you cannot see. The last that you saw her, she was 10 feet in front of you.
She wants to play that fucking game.
You pissed Talia off. I don't know what you did.
Well, Talia pissed off this guy.
You know, that's fair.
Nah, she pissed me off first.
No, because she knew about you first.
I think y'all are pissing each other off, and that's the moral of the story.
Yeah, we're all just pissy crybabies. It's fine.
Yeah, the moral of the story of this session is really that family can fuck you up.
No, family crazy, man.
Man, it makes me glad Connor's whole deal is just he's basically a
pick your
splintered
family.
entity from his god.
What are you
I
doing,
don't
What's that,
Talia?
Jack?
Killer, run away.
Connor,
Sorry.
Can't flee this fight.
Oh, I don't wanna.
Stanley. I get it. What?
Oh, I do get the reference. It's Pokemon.
It's every RPG ever.
Eh,
I was like
It's
trying to
free
think
battle
of one
simulation.
specific one, and I was like, oh wait, that's like an everything. Dang it.
I thought you were making like a sand flea joke, and I was here for it.
Sure, take an insight
Oh,
token.
what?
Take an adversity token.
Dope.
All right, let's go with Thunder Wave.
Okay.
It's a Pokemon. And I thought you were
what's the save on that?
You have to make a Constitution save.
I rolled a natural 20.
God fucking damn it!
No.
Alright, well, on a successful save, the creature takes half of the damage and isn't pushed. Okay, so I got 2. You take 13 thunder damage.
I love this battle of storm and sky right now.
Sky and storm.
Depends on who was born
Yes,
first.
in the battle.
Why do I have a feeling that that's like a Legend of Zelda reference or something?
It's actually water.
No, it's just a saying.
Okay.
It does not put. I'm looking at it. It does not push away the smoke screen.
No, my dice. No, my computer.
Okay.
Joshua was just over here having an existential crisis about his
He
dice.
spilled his dice like he spilled Pepsi on his keyboard. He's like,
I think he spilled stuff on his dice and his keyboard.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
Maybe.
No, I spilled my dice onto my keyboard, and I nearly lost one.
That's not a reason for you to freak out, though.
Yes, it is. These are
My
heavy
dice.
dice.
my dice is
dice.
actually frozen ice that was in my Pepsi. Excuse me.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes.
You're really gonna hate adults.
Dice.
That's bad.
All right. In this smoke screen, there is a thunderous boom, and the sand kicks up around you, and you can see the tip of her feet as they leap up into the air, dodging this attack. But she can't see her. You do know that she has leapt up in the air in your direction. That is your action.
Okay. Okay, so can I use my tentacles of the deep and try to swipe, like, upwards, like, towards her position?
Are you attuned to the dual blades, or are you attuned to the Sentry's Edge? Because I believe that you had
I
unattuned
think
from the
she's attuned
Sentry's
to all
Edge.
three.
I think, yeah, she's attuned to
Oh,
all of them.
yeah, that's your class ability, right?
Yep, that's my class ability.
Make a religion check. Let's see if your dad intervenes on this
I
fight.
really don't want to let you do this, but
Oh, this is such BS.
no.
Such BS. I gotta refresh this. This is such BS. This is the second session in a row that I've had bad rolls. This is BS.
I am happy to roll for you. You can
I
add your
grant you
stats to
permission.
them.
Here we go. That's better. Religion 23. So many freaking kids, dude. What the hell?
What did you do? I haven't seen it. Oh my
This is so
Sparrow!
great. I love
Sparrow, it's not funny.
I love gushers. What are you talking about?
Those are not measures.
They're
It's so bad. Oh no. Oh
The best thing is that nobody watching the video is gonna understand.
no. God.
For
No one
those that
should.
don't understand,
No, shut up,
Sparrow
Joshua.
posted.
No, shh. No, you don't.
No, this is important for people
No,
to understand
Joshua.
the joke.
No, don't do
I'm-
it. Don't do it.
It's funnier
Don't
when you
do
don't
it.
help.
This is
No.
our thing. The chat is our private
You
thing.
did.
man.
Sparrow, what did I
I'll
get
roll
for
a
my...
d20 to see if I do it or not.
Don't do it, man. If you do it, I'll
Here-
friend you forever.
Here's
I
what
rolled a
happens.
4.
Really?
I'm not doing.
Me,
Go ahead and roll an attack roll with tentacles of the deep.
There we go. Dirty 20.
Okay. There we go. I got the image in chat now, or on the recording now.
Oh God, Sparrow!
What?
Have you not been recording this whole time?
No, I have been
Wow.
recording.
He's showing it on the screen so that they can see it in the video.
That's what I was
Oh.
saying. Anyways, you summon the might and will of your father as she leaps into the air, and with this thunderous boom that you have commanded, suddenly there was an even deeper rumble as a and suddenly the cloud is dispersed and a large shadow looms over you as this figure plants her feet in the sand, her massive broadsword inches from your neck, about to cleave through you. She hesitates. And you slowly look up to see the massive head of Jormungandr, the world serpent, leering out of the water, looking down at the two of you. And he snorts, blowing more of the cloud away.
shit. You got company.
I see you have made your return.
We have a few words to speak of when I'm done with this bitch.
Indeed.
The figure steps back and plants the tip of her sword down in the sand and does like a semi-informal sort of bow.
When Jedi have formal stuff, sparring matches.
What?
I'm
No, not
explaining
not
Star Wars
not to
lore.
Talia. It's Jormungandr.
Oh. I mean, it would still work, but either way, I'm not explaining.
Okay.
Don't
She just
don't
steps away
vocalize
from
every
you,
joke, bro.
Talia, turns away without a second glance, and just dips her head slightly to Jormungandr.
Yamenganda, Yamenganda.
Skadi, I see your reign has laid waste to the invaders.
Indeed it has, Father.
Very good. Lead us.
You can see like her temple pulses. And you can see that she like tightens the grip on her sword before pulling it up, raising her head, sheathing the sword, quickly pivoting on her heels, and slowly walks away. The waves splash as the massive serpent tilts its head slightly in your direction, which is a massive movement, and just stares down at you.
I look directly at Norman Gunder and I say, we need to talk.
I understand why you are at odds, but do not think so hastily of your comrade. She has worked admirably in your stead. Now, tell me, why did you leave? Where did you go?
You really want to know? I'll tell you where I went. I went and I saw Mother.
To the grocery store.
A giant eyebrow raises.
I went to the beginning of time itself. Beyond.
You mind moving a little close to your mic?
I went
Thank you.
I went to the beginning of time, beyond your reach.
Impossible. For I was there when the threads of time were first woven.
And to be clear, it was the end of time.
End of time.
I wasn't sure if you were lying to him or not.
No, I was trying to tell him the truth.
Okay.
But I
I'm sorry.
forgot.
That's all right.
And forget. I
Okay,
forgot
when you say the
were
end of
we not
time,
supposed
he
to tell
doesn't
him?
give any response and just sort of like is a little taken aback, but mostly it seems skeptical.
So,
And along-
that is where she is hiding.
I mean, it's not like you can do anything about it.
The ground shakes beneath you and the waves ripple as this low growling rumble. You've really hit on a very sore spot.
Oh, I'm sorry. Have I struck a fucking nerve? Good.
Young lady.
My word.
Yes, my word.
He just looks down at you.
I swear to God, we were joking.
What did you do to her?
What has sparked such vengeance in your heart?
What did you do to her? Why wasn't she here?
He just glowers down at you, mulling it over. Make a persuasion check, please.
Oh, that's some shit! That's some shit!
What'd you get?
It was so close to being a freaking nat 20.
What
But
did
it
it end up
rolled
being?
but it rolled over to where it was a 2.
Oh.
So I got a 5.
That's the worst.
It's so fucking dumb. I mean, I could try to.
You don't have another
try
auto
to-
20 to use?
I could try some adversity tokens, but I don't think that'll work.
You may try whatever you like to.
Okay, I'll try the adversity token.
All right. You yell and scream up at him with such fire, with such vindication. And he looks down at you with this blank expression that is too massive to try and read. Before he closes his eyes, takes a deep breath, and slowly slinks back down into the water. And as this ripple travels across the water and a wave gently laps up against the shore, suddenly a very wet humanoid steps up out of the water with slicked back black hair and brilliant emerald eyes. And there is this look of forlorn across his face as he crosses his hands behind his back and simply says,
Please, walk with me.
and begins to step towards you and leads you in the opposite direction across the beach, away from Scotty.
It may be hard to believe.
Yeah, are you walking with him?
I kind of like hang back for like a few seconds, but then I follow him.
Okay.
You may not believe me. You have no reason to. But understand, I did what I did because I thought it was for the best. I failed your mother, and so I did the next best thing I could. For despite all the power I possessed, the stature of my position, I was unable to make her happy. And so I swore to make sure that you would.
And he looks over at you with these very large eyes. He's not human. He's got fey features, sort of, like an elf. You can't necessarily discern what he's supposed to look like, but he's got this sort of long, sort of very simple gown that's woven with different textures and colors, but it's all just sort of mottled and wet, so it's dark. It's just slowly walking across the seaside with you.
Do you know the stories of other deities bonding with each other? Do you understand the responsibilities that comes therein of bringing offspring? Gods, creatures of fate and power and divinity, are not simply allowed to do as they please. And as such, their children are also left to certain scrutiny. Your mother and I had a child first. She was accepted, given a place, a role, a duty that she must fulfill. But that is not what your mother wanted. She is a free spirit, a power beyond boundaries. It was for this reason that I fell for her. But in doing so, we were not allowed to live the same lives. All I wanted was for her to be happy. But that could not be with the world as it is, with what is at stake. And so she hid her second child from me, the one that sees all, that commands, the duty and rules we must all follow. She knew this was the only way to make sure you could live a life that was truly free. And when she was found out, I felt betrayed. I could not support her decision, for if I did, all decisions I had made would be in question, and I would not have the power to conceal you like I did.
He stops walking and just looks out into the horizon.
That is why I did not tell you who I was, why I distanced myself from you, to make sure that your life would not be controlled by me alone, and that no one would be able to know that you were my kin. For all the world to know, Scotty is my only heir.
And he turns slowly to you, his eyes welling up with tears.
But looking at you now, I can see that no one would make that mistake. There is too much of her mother in her. So they must assume that I was holding back. As with all things. And though I am a creature of law and order, I loved your mother endlessly, but not as boundless as she loved you. And so, that is why I tried to let you live a life without a duty, without a role, a position you must answer to. And But I failed. And when your world was threatened, I called upon you for your service in saving it. I pushed you away for too long. And if you hate me for it,
He dips his head.
I would not blame you. But do not blame her. Do not blame your mother. And do not blame your sister, who has held the weight while you were gone.
And apparently that's the timer for the end of him speaking.
Oh shit.
How'd I
I'm
do?
sorry.
My best time. Had a whole speech planned out with cue cards and everything.
Alright, your turn, go.
I don't hate you. I never could.
You don't what?
I could never hate you, Father. But why? Why give her all of the trouble? That doesn't seem fair. Why make her go through all of the trouble?
You speak of your mother and her desertion, or of your sister and her duty as a god born.
I guess I speak for both of them.
Your sister is a demigod and is not allowed to live a frivolous life.
And
She
what
is to
am
be
I then?
kept in check, as all God-born are to make sure they do not misuse their powers.
And what am I then? Am I not a demigod? I was born from you.
You were the one lie I was willing to omit for the sake of your mother, as that was the only thing she ever truly wanted. To raise a child truly free. As free as she was. And yet,
He turns away.
looking herself at the end of time. As would any parent harm themselves and lock themselves away for eternity if it meant that their child would have a good life.
You see a tear start to fall down his cheek. He raises up a hand to wipe it, and it's kind of awkward because he's not used to having hands.
No,
That's too many hands.
He kind of
I-
tries to use his shoulder at first, and that doesn't work.
I grab his wrist, and then I just do it myself.
No.
Splendid.
Stop it! I'm gonna cry. It's so cute.
Like, it's okay. Like, Dad, it's okay.
I never wanted to hurt you. I so badly wanted to be a part of your life. But even more so, I wanted to respect your mother's decision. And so, all these years, I don't know why she left, but
Well, you can always, if you can try, you can try and go to the end of the world and like it.
I cannot. It is beyond what I am able to contain. That is the definition of things.
If you can't, I will. I do not care as to how she is bound to that place. I will find a way to bring her back here.
If you bring her back, the gods may still be displeased with her. You may be found out, and you both may be punished.
Let them punish me. I don't give a damn. You are my father and my mother. And I'm going to do everything in my power to ensure that our family comes together. It is not right for us to be separated like this. We're pretty much a broken family. Not cool. And as for Scotty, I don't mind having a sister. I just wish she was a little bit more. I don't exactly know how to say it, but a little bit more kind.
She has much resentment for you.
Yeah, I can tell.
She
But I don't
also
know.
did not know of your existence until I inscripted her to this world. This was the one place I was not willing to let the root destroy, even if it meant divine intervention.
And he kind of smiles.
This beautiful world
And he looks out across the ocean.
is where I first met your mother. But I suppose a truly boundless force across thousands of worlds, still being contained by my overbearing will, was more than her to bear. So, I understand why she found that place to be where she ran away to. I would have thought that she had hidden herself somewhere with the help of someone else. It is truly baffling how she was able to get there by herself.
She may, to be quite honest, maybe she did have help.
He turns to you.
What do you know about someone by the name of Kitangu?
I have never heard such a name.
Interesting.
You want to make an insight check?
I mean, I can try, but... Oh, let's go!
What'd you get?
Natural 21.
As you say Kitangu, the hands clasped behind his back unclasp and just sort of rest at his side. And there's a slight click as he shifts his head a little bit and sort of blinks. But as he says the words, "I don't know who Kitangu is," he doesn't seem like he's lying. He seems like he's genuine, that he doesn't recognize that name.
Oh. About the route.
Yes.
I actually came into contact with it while I was in the end of...
I can't understand you. Could you move a little closer to your mic?
I said I came into contact with the route while I was in the end of time.
He steps back and turns to face you.
The root
No.
is there with your mother.
Don't worry. He's not necessarily there anymore. He's somewhere else, but he's actually turned a new leaf for the better, to be quite honest. If you believe that sort of thing.
His eyes search your face before he cracks a smile.
If there is one thing that I do know, it's that I never truly know what you're capable of. You do trust me, don't you?
I do trust you.
He
Maybe
nods.
then I'm kind of like playful banter, kind of. I say, well, maybe if you kept your eyes on me, maybe you would know.
He narrows his vision before slowly gesturing to the blade at your side.
Why did you not think that I gave you a blade forged from the shackles that once bound me if I did not trust you?
Damn.
The power that courses through the blade that you now wield is not simply given. Your powers to summon me are not simply asking me for a favor, but willing my essence into being. As your father, I would never turn you away or reject your call. But you must know that you not borrow my power, but command it.
And he looks you solid in the eye to make sure that you understand the weight of what he said.
She nods.
Then he leans back and glances at the other swords that you have.
I see you have found your mother's gift. She made one for each of you, an aspect of the sky, an essence of both of us.
He smiles.
She had such dreams for the two of you. And looking upon these, I can now see how great they were. And more, as I spend time with you, I understand how betrayed she must feel. When I turned Scotty over, I thought it was the right thing to do, to have the will of the gods appoint her a place of responsibility and respect. But that was not what your mother wanted. Can you forgive me?
Always.
He places a hand on your shoulder.
There is still much work to be done, and I know you will not disappoint me. That sounded darker than I intended it to.
And it's with that we're going to call tonight's session.